on just the natural connectivity in countries. And it may take longer for a disease to spread around a country where connections and infrastructure does not allow disease to spread as quickly. There are other countries in which the disease can move extremely fast within a given country because of public transport, air and other links. So there are natural factors that might drive transmission. There are also obviously factors to do with how densely populations are packed and having mega cities or pockets of poverty in which disease can potentially spread undetected. If you have a situation where you're not able to detect all your cases, then obviously the disease can burn on in areas undetected and then pop up again in other places, and then the epidemic can extend. But if you look at the epidemic in Europe, it lasted quite a while. You're talking about the first cases in January in some European countries, and it's only in the last couple of weeks that we begin to see the disease going down. If you look more broadly in Europe, and we tend to be biased and we look at Western Europe, or we look at the European Union. But actually, if you go further east and you go to the Western Balkans, if you go to some countries in Central Europe, if you go to the Russian Federation, if you go to Moldova and other countries, there is still a rising incidence in some of those countries. And certainly in some Central Asian republics, which are part of the European continent as such, the epidemic still goes on at higher levels. So it really depends how you define a continent. I would say that the disease has come under control in Western Europe. It is not certainly under control in general in Central and South America, but there are factors that would allow a disease to sustain itself for longer in a given community. And in the end, as I said in the previous statement, it also depends on the comprehensiveness, the speed, comprehensiveness, and investment in a comprehensive response. And really sustaining a response over a period of weeks and months that allows you to bring the disease under control. And that's obviously the final factor that you need to shorten any given epidemic.
Thanks. And indeed, we have most of questions coming from North and South America. We have now David